Yeah. And isn't that confusion, I guess we would say, because of we'll say like an older versus a more modern translation of that particular kanji? That's why people now, more and more modern times, would maybe see that and think that the symbol relates to ghost or the deceased. So is it that say for example, if you went to the monks, and because whatever their studies entail, if they have more of a historical reference, would they also think that translation when they saw it? Or do they know because of the body of their work what that would really translate in the way that Yusui Sensei?
It depends on the education and on the school of Buddhism. So if you are, for example, a Zen monk, then or in other words, all Buddhist monks do rituals for the deceased. This is normal. But some, for example, Shingon monks know more about rituals, and then, for example, they are able to get rid of a furry ghost. And Zen monks or Jodo monks will not be able to do this because the Zen monks are specialized on meditation, and Jodo monks on the Pure Land, that the soul will go to a pure land after death. And the Shingon monks do all this, including everything else what is more looking like magic and shamanism. And so there's this differentiation. And then it depends. So if you have a monk just studying to be a monk, then he is a beginner. He will not know so much. But if he is there for many years and you talk to him about Reiki, then they know a lot about it. But first they will listen to you. And after they listen to you, in most cases, they will not tell you anything. Not because they do not know, because they don't want to talk about their secrets. So sometimes it's also hard to say. But in most cases, when they recognize you do, for example, practice Shingon from the bottom of your heart, then they will tell you a lot. And then I can see that they know the spiritual meanings.
Very interesting. Also, because you all mentioned how, especially with the influence of Shinto and recognizing spirit in all things, even recognizing the kami, is that also that tie-in with, in the system of Reiki, that interconnectedness, like the oneness with all things? Because if spirit is present in all, wouldn't that be the unifier? Wouldn't that be maybe then that the people don't see themselves as separate from, if you're recognizing this like divine intelligence as existing in all things?
In Japan, it's there's not the thinking that there's one big spirit. There are a lot. Eileen, maybe you can talk about your story as the umbrella ghost, the Karakasa Obake. This would be a very interesting example where we have spirits and how can they change in daily things.
Yes, so there are a lot of good spirits and also the bad spirits. And there is a famous believing in Japan, for example, if you have your umbrella and then it gets lost, so you forget it on a place and you go away, that this umbrella becomes a kind of spirit or a ghost. And there are also pictures which show how this ghost looks like. So it has one eye and here one leg and it is hopping around, and normal people are very afraid of this. So they say never take an umbrella a person forgot on a place. So even when it's raining, they say no, not this, because someone forgot this. And so we can see that a simple umbrella can become a spirit there, so in this believing system. And it's also very interesting that monks or people, shamans and people who work with magic, they write in their books about the ghosts that just normal people are afraid of this umbrella ghost, and Karakase Obake, they call it, because they say normally they don't do anything bad. So they just do funny things, but they are not dangerous. Naughty things. It's naughty and funny, and but not really bad things. But normal people are afraid if it's a ghost, then ooh. So there are also a lot of good spirits there. So there are a lot of kami and a lot of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, not just one. And it is in shamanism. So there is the idea that there is a spirit in places, or in a sea, or in a forest, or in a tree, in a stone. So everything is a spiritual being, and so you have everywhere spiritual presence. And of course, we are all connected here on Earth, all our spirits. And so there are also special practices where you can connect with nature and trees and stones and so on in Japan and in China. And in Buddhism, there is the idea that there is the great Sun Buddha, so Dainichi Nyorai, the source of the Reiki power. And every one of us is also Dainichi Nyorai. So you have this like a mandala. Or do you want to bring the mandala and see it? But of course, we are not everyone is the same. We have this origin, but we are individuals. And this, I think, that makes it so beautiful. We are connected. Yeah, that's beautiful. Here in the mandala, we see the great Sun Buddha, and then the Buddhas around, and all the Bodhisattvas and the human beings.
Maybe putting it a little back so we can see.
Okay.
It's a little blurry.
Better up?
I think we get the gist of it. It's a little blurry, but you can see. We get the gist of it.
Oh, it's adjusting our faces. So maybe, Eileen, if you stand up and then it will
sharpen it. Yeah.
Better now?
No, but it's okay.
But it's okay. I think what is important is that we have here this flower, and here in the middle we have the great Sun Buddha, and then we can see other Buddhas and Bodhisattvas around, without details now, but we get the idea that everyone is connected with other beings. So we are all spiritual beings, and we have a connection. And this is also the reason why the Buddhist schools will we go back to the sofa, maybe?
Yeah,
maybe good, yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
That these traditions like Shingon or also the Tendai school, which practice these secret teachings, which we can also call magic if we want to give it a name, It is called Tantric Buddhism because it's a Tantric teaching that everything is connected in the universe, so every being is connected. And so the idea what people have in the West of Tantra or Tantric, normally it's completely wrong. It has nothing to do with this original teaching that we are all connected beings.
Yeah. And I know that you say that, the system of Reiki is comprised of various, we'll say, systems, principles, teachings, whether it's Buddhism, Shintoism, and there was one other that you said. But also we see this variation in the Reiki symbols where, the first symbol it looks like a symbol. The second symbol, as you say, is derived from Ri. And then we have the other two that look like they are kanji. So is there, from what you've learned about this, is there a reason that some were just symbols versus the ones that are kanji? Is there a different effect with the use depending on how they're written out or what they're derived from?
Do you want to begin?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So we explained before that Mikao Usui was living in Japan, where there's syncretism of those spiritual traditions. This means Taoism, Buddhism, Shintoism, shamanism came together. And this might be the reason why he used everything. He didn't use all those traditions because, okay, we have those 3 traditions and I take one from here, one from here, one from here. As far as I know, he gave us the symbols that it is easier for us to do things with Reiki. For example, it could be it's very easily possible to make a remote contact without the Ronsha Seishonen, without any symbol. But it's much easier to do it with the symbol, even though the symbol looks complicated. And it's not possible to say a symbol from this tradition is stronger than from this tradition or so. Yeah, I don't think so. But for example, to bring spirituality from one place to another, the perfect symbol is the Cho Ku Rei. And you will not find anything else in Buddhism or in other traditions, because there's this symbol. And the symbol is not a character. It's really, like you say, it's a symbol. Yeah, and but it also has a deep meaning. For example, why is here a flat stroke before it goes down and then there's a spiral? There's a meaning inside. Yeah? And the meaning is that it comes from another place to us, and then it goes, for example, from heaven to earth, and from there inside of us. And in shamanism, it's common that there's a connection of heaven and earth, and in the middle is a shaman, for example. And this you can also see in the, for example, here. This is a calligraphy of the Reiki kanji. Yeah, so we can say it's just a script, but it's also it's much more. And here this means shaman, and this line is the heaven, the sky, and this is earth. And here is a shaman in between, and they make this connection here. Yeah? And this we can see in the Cho Ku Rei. Yeah? So this symbolism is here, and this means rain. And then the shaman do prayers and rituals. Yeah, 3 mouths means a prayer to get rain. And the rain is not only water, it's a blessing. Yeah? So some blessing will come from somewhere down, yeah, and then inside is Cho Ku Rei, for example. Yeah, and maybe you explain something, Eileen, with where we have it here with the with a key character.
Yes, here in the key character, this is the kanji for energy and life energy, because we have here the rice corn inside, and it goes out so that the plant can come out. And so we see that here in the Reiki kanji we have spiritual life energy. So we know that it's a life energy which is very spiritual. It has to do something with spirits, Buddhas, kami, and so on. And this idea of energy and spiritual life energy from different spirits, this is very present in Japan. So everything is about life energy. Even at places where you don't think that this could be the topic. So when you go in a shop and you want traditional Chinese or Japanese medicine, then they also ask you, do you practice? Do you do your practices for energy flowing in the body? Because it's important to do this. Without, then you don't need the medicine. It's important to combine it, and so this is. They believe that there's everywhere a spirit, and also in the medicine. Our Atami Okasan, our
my homestay mother,
in Japan, she told Mark at his first stay in Japan in the medicine, there is the spirit, and this
Japanese spirit.
Japanese spirit. So that there's everywhere a spirit, and the spirit helps us. And in the temple and in the shrine you can also find the different kinds of spirits, and in Japan it is very common that there are a lot of them. So they have the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas and the kami, and also the ancient Indian gods. So it's really it's magic, pure magic there.
It's also like in daily life in Japan, this key character is, you can see it almost everywhere. For example, you have a van where you see this character with another kanji, and if you would transcribe it into our alphabet, then it's written Reiki. But it's not this ray, it's a ray for cold, and this means cold energy, and this means it's a refrigerator van, a cooling, so something where you transport something what needs to be cooled, and so this is a cooling energy in this case. Or there are phrases like he has long ki or short ki. And this means long life energy, short life energy. But the real meaning of this is kiga nagai or kiga mijikai means if you have long energy, then you're a patient person. You will not get angry so soon. If your ki is short, then very quickly, and then they have words for this. If you say somebody is ill, you say byoki. Yeah? This means the energy of illness. Yeah? And if somebody is fine, then they say genki, and this means the life energy of his true self. It's genki, it's of his roots. Yeah? So there's this ki is really everywhere. And Reiki in daily life for normal people who do not know anything about Reiki, this is the energy of the deceased, the souls who went out of the body, and this means spiritual. So a spirit could be a ghost, a deceased soul and a spirit, everything. And then some people say, hey, you are crazy, you're talking to the dead. Yeah. Then I say, yeah, this is possible, but there's also this wonderful healing practice, yeah, called Usui Reiki and so on. And in this case, normal people do not know, and spiritual people do know very well. And so you see it's really everywhere. Yeah.